What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sideline Thoughts. I'm Joe Galvez with David Reyes and John Greenstein. What's up, you guys? Another day, another week. Got
Yeah,
another
man.
episode.
I'm ready, man. Ready for some sports today. Some basketball we got back with the little Harden popping off in the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah, it's not looking good. But you took us right into our segment for basketball. James Harden. You know what? No. I'm not even gonna start with James Harden first. I'm gonna start with the Clippers. So the last time I was on here, we talked about this. Clippers were gonna play the Lakers next, and
Mm-hmm.
John said that the Clippers are gonna beat the Lakers.
Ha! It almost happened.
Yeah, almost. But he said that I kind of agreed with it just because of how things were looking. Um, but as the game went on, and in the first half, it looked very much like that. It looked like the Clippers were going to win. They went into halftime having a 13-point lead, and then in the beginning of the third quarter, they grew the lead to about 19 points, and then that's when everything went wrong. They started playing very sloppy offensively. They started turning over the ball or not even scoring or trying to score or trying to get points. And then when they lost the ball on the defensive end, they didn't even try to get it that much, or they weren't playing real defense. And the Lakers took advantage of that. Whether I believe it started off with the Lakers' second team coming off the bench, and they didn't take advantage of it. They just allowed, or the Lakers took advantage of it. The Clippers did not play defense, allowed the Lakers to score, come back. Yes, Clippers still had the lead going to the fourth, but it was just bad in the entirety of the second half. And, you know, although the Lakers, you could argue the fouls. If you're a Clipper fan, they would probably say, oh, Lakers got more fouls, more free throws, all this. Yeah, this and that. Okay, but the point of it is that the Clippers played sloppy and played bad in the beginning from the entirety of the second half, that it should not have been to where the Lakers were able to come back this much, take it to overtime, and then the Clippers to lose it in overtime. As a Clipper fan, I was very mad watching the game. Not even just disappointed, just mad of how you could see it all slowly falling down. How you could see it all just coming down and unraveling within itself. So yeah, I don't know what you guys thought about it. It's just that's how it looked for me, from my perspective. Just sloppy basketball, not even trying.
The Clippers, I feel like their team right now is just made up a bunch of all stars. Like, it looks like the All Star game team, but like they just don't play defense. Like they're just trying to shoot the ball, and there's no chemistry whatsoever there. Like they don't feel like they play well together. It just seems like a rough draft. Just throw it on paper. It might look good. We'll see. I mean, we just got a bunch of names there. Like James Harden, Kawhi, PG. They're not gonna do good. And Russ is there too, obviously. But like, there's too many guys who are ball dominant on that team, and it's not gonna work. They don't really
You know what?
have a big
You know what this team reminds me
what.
of the 2011, 2012 Lakers. Remember the Dwight Howard, Steve Nash,
Yeah, Kobe Bryant, and
Kobe
then
Bryant, and
I forget who
no, I
else.
believe it's 2013. Yeah. But anyway, you know how they brought in Dwight Howard and Steve Nash, and we all thought, oh, they're gonna win the championship very easily.
No, Steve Nash was like 38, bro.
Yeah, but
He's all,
still, they were still they were favorites at that time. But they started 0-5. They fired Mike Brown, and they brought in Mike D'Antoni. Obviously, things didn't get better, and
they won't fire Ty Lue. They just won't. They think he's like some godsend.
yeah, but I didn't bring that up. But I mean, I don't think so either. But I'm just comparing the teams, like how they have all-star names, big names, and yet
Yeah, of
nothing's gonna
course.
happen.
They're both similar teams, like in age. They're both kind of older teams too, like sort of. I mean, except for the bench. The Clippers have a more youth bench. Like they have Bones Highland, who's kind of young. They have Terrence Mann. So they got a couple guys there. They're on the bench that aren't bad. They just they all have too many players that play the same game, like the same type of game, and it doesn't fit well when you can't spread the ball like different ways because it's just too predictable. don't know
It
if you
doesn't fit
guys.
well when there's someone who's not willing to step back from the scoring and who wants to get rebounds or get assists or play or do the everything else that's not scoring. Yeah, you cast that for Terrence Mann, but then he's always going to want to score. We've seen that in previous years too. Bones Highland's the same thing. He's coming from the Nuggets, and where he was also just like a scorer off the bench there. So now you have that with Harden coming in. You're right. They're not going to fire Ty Lue. I wish they did. I hope they do. I don't like Ty Lue. I don't like how he's playing this small ball. I don't like how he's every last game, last minute or last second game winning shot has to be a three when they're down by one or they're tied, and he wants it to be a three instead of going for a dunk, a alley oop, a layup, something, or a mid range shot where all you have to do is win the game. I don't like that. That's the style of his playmaking decisions, and yeah, I hope he gets fired. But the point is, in that game, it was very sloppy all around. At least that was for me. In that game, I think the Clippers got overconfident, a little too overconfident, and just let it go. So I really don't know what else other than firing the Tyler at that time. But now, and look, this is where James Harden was there in the he didn't play that game, but he was in the arena. He watched the game. He visited the team in the locker room right after the game. Right now, ever since James Harden has even landed in LA, the
Winless.
Clippers are on a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah, haven't won a game.
4 with him in the starting lineup, right? It does not help, and it doesn't look good that when James Harden is saying, I don't play in the system, I end the system. Clearly, your system's trash because you haven't won a ring, nor have you taken a team to the NBA Finals himself as the system, being it so. So it's not a winning system. And he's not even doing good in his system because the Clippers are allowing him to have the leeway of taking the ball up, trying to run some plays, taking these shots open. We're seeing him pump fake open shots and go into defended shots and where he misses. Why are you doing that? The old James Harden would have taken those open shots. And then we see from the first game he plays where he scores 17 points, where to me it's still too low. So he's slowly dropping to 14, 11, 12. He's going down and down in these points. And like I said, the previous episode that I was on was he's pretty much the old James Harden was free throws. Of course, in the Rockets he was much better, but as he was progressing towards the end of his time there, it was mainly free throws plus a couple buckets he scored. And we're seeing that he's only getting 11 points. He's playing 30 something minutes and he's getting 11 points. Kawhi was able to get another 20. Paul George has been the biggest of person affected by this with the addition of James Harden because Paul George has now been able to. He's been struggling to get double-digit points because a lot of what were his shots are now going to James Harden.
I think
So
James Harden needs to be a facilitator more. He needs to pass.
not even that, he's turning the ball over. You can't trust him with that.
You can't have two wrestlers on one team. It's just
Exactly.
it's too much.
Look, this so far it's only been 4 games, and it's pretty my point why I didn't want James Harden. We lost some depth off the bench, even some defense that he could play as a power forward to start. We lost that. You know, I think it, it's not good at all. And I was talking to someone mentioned that, bring him off the bench. Yeah, maybe it'll be better. You let him run the second team, let him do what he wants, and it'll be better. It'd be good that the first team doesn't have him, but the second team. But who knows how he's gonna run it? If he's gonna ruin the chemistry. So then now we pretty much have no second team because he's the one turning the ball over, not making these plays. So I still wish he wasn't on the team. That's just my final. I wish he wasn't on the team. We need more depth. We need at least some defense. It's not looking good. Yeah, Russ is not great either, but at least he knows that his role is the third scorer on the starters, and he knows his main thing is to do what he can, either facilitate, rebounds, play defense, whatever he needs to do. he knows that's his role. James Harden is not picking that up.
Nope, he's definitely not. And I think, like you said, it's kind of come to an end after one season. No one's going to resign him. I don't see the Clippers resigning him.
I hope they don't.
That'd be dumb as hell if they did, because I know they gave up all their draft compensation for all these players, but I would just try to find someone else.
I would too.
But yeah,
This experiment was a failure.
And the first 5 games, David.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you already knew what was coming, so.
Negative 67. The negative 67 with him on the court. It doesn't look good at all. How can you be negative when he's supposed to be a scorer? You're supposed to go to the positives. And he's just bringing the team down.
I don't know.
He's a curse.
You just need to get rid of him at the end of the year. Just take this season as a loss and hope for next year to be better. Even though Kawhi and PG might not be there either. Because I think they're free agents after this year, so there might be a whole...
No, they still have 1 more year.
Oh, it's the following year then. But yeah, they gotta hope for the best for their last year.
I don't know. Probably get rid of Harden. But no one's going to want him. But it is what it is. He's not performing. And Ty Lue being Ty Lue, he's like, oh, he's forcing himself to get comfortable. We got to let him do him. No, you guys have been allowing him. And it's not looking good. I don't want to see what Harden ball is. That shouldn't even be a thing. Just leave it.
Yeah.
Just leave it. Just put him on the bench. Clearly, we need him on the bench because that's when the Clippers actually do something. I don't know, man.
But yeah, it's turned into a fiasco. But there are a lot of other better teams besides the Clippers in this league. You know that.
Do you see the Clippers in the playoffs, guys? How things are going right now?
It's early. It's early right now.
No,
but
I don't.
This is the way now.
No.
But seeing how they're struggling, do you think they're probably going to make it to the play-in?
It's too competitive, the West, to be able to make that. I know what they got. Unless somehow they figure it out in the next 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, they have time to figure it out, but if they don't, and this is how they're sticking to it, they're not going to make anything.
We'll know in 2 months what they'll look like.
A better idea in 2 months.
Yeah.
But it's terrible. They gave the Grizzlies their first win.
I know. Are the Lakers going to do that tonight?
Yeah.
They're very generous.
Are the Lakers going to win that game tonight, you think?
Yeah, Lakers. I think Lakers should win it.
Yeah, they should. They should make the comeback at the end of the fourth quarter, like always.
But
yeah, and then Anthony Davis hits a hip spasm once again. He'll do that.
He'll come back on time.
Did you guys... I got a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did
you guys see the Laker game against the Suns? This most recent one?
I watched bits and pieces.
When they came back and they won?
What was that?
When they came back? When they made the comeback?
Yeah.
I saw parts of it. I saw parts of the third. I believe it's the third, fourth quarter.
Okay. So I have a question to you guys. Well, I have a complaint about that game.
Okay.
Was the floor too distracting for you?
Was the what?
The floor. Yeah, the court. It was that bright neon colors from the Suns. I don't know. It was bothering me.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't pay attention to it really too much. I was just...
Well, whenever you get a chance to look it up and be like, it looks like, I don't know, an 80s disco, something like that. I don't know what it reminded me of.
Yeah, it's their Vegas playing court. Yeah. I didn't mind it. I mean, it goes with the jerseys. I mean, these jerseys aren't like that good, like that great at all. But I mean, I didn't mind it.
That was whatever. I mean, I just watched the game. I didn't really pay attention to the floor. I just was hoping the Lakers would squeeze it out, and obviously they did. So that was the end result, and I'm happy.
Yeah, they won, but I'm just saying for my perspective, viewer perspective, like I don't know, the court was a bit distracting there.
I mean, if I was probably at the game, it'd probably bother me a lot more. But I feel like on TV, I don't really pay attention to that type of stuff. But like if I was there, yeah, I'm like, I can't watch this. It's hurting my eyes. Something like that, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's just a different perspective. if you're there
Yeah.
and you're watching it on TV.
David, if you look at some other games, there's other courts. I mean, some are kind of plain, some are pretty cool. I don't like the Clippers one. That one looks boring. It looks like the old Washington Wizards. It looks bad with no creativity. But there's some other ones that are pretty cool, and some that are like they're not that good. If you just you could look up the courts and see how they have them.
I like
But
the Warriors court. It's pretty cool. At the Chase Center.
I think the Hornets wasn't bad either. The Bulls is pretty. The Bulls is simple. It's just a lot of red.
Yeah.
Um,
But what's it called though? Who do you think's going to be like top dog at the end of the year for the NBA between you guys?
Oh, it has to be Denver.
Still, you don't
Yeah.
think Dallas has anything to say about that with their 8-2 record?
Dallas has a lot to say about it. I mean, like looking at the league, just looking the West, Dallas at number 2. I didn't think they were going to be number 2 at all. I think they're just going to make the playoffs, but they're doing good right now. Like we said, it's still early, but they're doing good. Timberwolves also at 3. Does the Rockets at 4? I would never thought the
They won't
Rockets.
stay. They'll be good, but they won't
They're
stay.
playing really good right now.
Yeah, but it's
If
not
they
going to
could rack up
last.
enough wins to at least secure any playoff spot, I think that's a positive season for them.
I could see them getting in a play-in game, but I don't know about
Look, a
top
lot of teams
6.
are playing bad right now,
Not
but
not the what's that called though? Like the Timberwolves, like we said, like they've been good.
the 3, yeah. But to answer your question, I'm still going Nuggets. They just the same team overall coming back. They still play like a dominant team. They're playing like the defending champions should.
Hmm.
I mean, yes, unlucky loss to the Rockets. Um, and they have another one. You know, the Nuggets are tied with the Mavericks, but
What what are you
I
looking
don't
up?
think anyone's gonna take the Nuggets is top spot.
Yeah, I think the Celtics are the best team in the East.
Think so.
Yeah,
Why is that?
they just have the most depth and the best complete team all around. I feel like even though they lost Marcus Smart, they added Drew Holiday, who's just as good, but he's a little smaller, but he's feisty as hell. And
Yeah,
I think the Bucks. I don't know. They're good, but like I don't know. They just don't seem like they're playing at their best level right now.
it's not the same Bucks teams that we've seen at least the last 2 years.
Their defense is
Two,
obviously
3 years.
lacking. It's just Giannis and a bunch of guys that shoot.
Middleton, he's a defender.
Well, he can be when he's
Middleton,
motivated.
it was he's pretty solid for a defender. Um, like as a defender. Yeah, I agree. The Bucks aren't looking like themselves. Obviously, they're gonna make playoffs. Finals, who knows? I don't. Right now, 76ers are leading the East, but I don't.
That is
To
not
me,
going to
76ers were
last.
never that good. It's just right now they're on the 5 game win streak because James Harden's gone. So
Yeah, you see what's the
mhm,
effect, like the domino effect of James Harden not being there.
exactly, exactly. So I don't like I said I don't think 76ers are the top team in the East. I mean, I'll agree with either the Celtics or the Bucks or it could be any other team coming in, honestly, because the way the West is looking, everyone's moving around. But now Pacers aren't bad; they're in the third. You know, sadly, I wish the Bulls were in the playoffs, but it's a project that did not turn out the way they
Workout.
thought it was. Yeah, it was gonna be a really great project. It just injuries and just things haven't been working out for them.
What I'm hoping for is Toronto to be good. Raptors, by the time I get to April, when I go to Toronto, maybe I can see a playoff game when I go out there.
Playoff game,
That's my goal for Toronto. Like, I want to see them in it.
that'd be cool. That'd be
Yeah,
cool
sit
if
next to
you watch
Drake
one
over there.
at Jurassic Park.
Yeah. I'm already
That'd
going
be
to that
cool.
arena already for a hockey game, so
Well, there you
might
go.
as well go for a basketball game.
Bad playoff. Yeah, but yeah. Anything else for the NBA, guys?
Nope. I think we
All
covered it. I
right.
think
Well,
we should go to football.
yeah. Well, that's where I was gonna go to.
Got it.
NFL, we had a very, a lot of people would say, bad slate of football games this week. Very interesting ones. One of them, which was seen arguably as the worst game of the week. Who knows if it was the worst game of the season? Uh, the New England Patriots played the Indiana Colts in Frankfurt, Germany. The game was so bad. I believe at one point it was what, 9-6 or like 10-6.
It was
I
ten to
believe.
six the final score of the game.
Yeah,
So
the
like
final.
that
Okay,
shows
yeah,
you right
10-6.
there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the final score. It was terrible. And another bad loss for the Patriots.
They're two and
And there's
eight.
a lot of talk about it. When David, you had a point you wanted to bring up about them.
Well, quite a few of them. One is kind of sad how see how this franchise has fallen ever since Tom Brady left. Um, One topic that I do want to bring up is we never talked about it. I'm pretty sure other people have talked about it, but was the Patriots' success because of Brady or because of Belichick? What do you two think?
Brady. Brady is just a goat, man. He was the quarterback of a generation, bro. Like he carried everyone. He made everyone want to be better. He was I mean, he was a little bit selfish sometimes, but his selfishness made his other teammates better. Like he would not fall he would not falter at all ever during the playoffs. Like he would just thrive, bro. That's like his time of year. Like he never loses. Like I hated Brady when I was younger, but now I just grown to learn to respect him as I got older, just because like the man's just a champion. He's a goat. I mean, sure, people say he cheated that one time, but like it didn't really matter that much. He still won, even without cheating. Unless there's somehow, some way he's been cheating every year with the football being deflated. But that's not even really him, though. It's more like that was the kicker that year. But Belichick, I don't know. He just a voice that tries to motivate people, but he doesn't seem that very motivating, bro. He just like, yeah, so we just gotta improve on things, gotta do better. Uh, yeah, that's it, guys. Don't know what to do moving forward. Yeah, we suck. That's how he just talks to his players, and then he just like it's not good. I think Brady just put extra motivation in everybody to play as hard as they could. He was the hidden gem in there on that dynasty. But yeah, Gio, what else do you think you can add to me?
Well, on my perspective of this was that in the beginning you can't say that it was all Tom Brady. I think in the beginning it was Belichick because Tom Brady one was it well, he was a rookie or wasn't a rookie. He was just getting playing time because of a injured I forgot his
Drew
name, the starting
Bledsoe.
quarterback, Drew Bledsoe. Injured Drew Bledsoe. Tom Brady went in, and then they continue going on. Obviously, they picked him, and we know the rest is history. But in the beginning, Tom needed Bill Belichick to guide him in a way to get Tom and how to be an NFL quarterback, how to play in the NFL, how to do things. Tom is one of the greatest time managing quarterbacks ever. That's how he's won a lot of games, where it's just being able to manage the time, manage how they're playing, the flow. Either they're going quick tempo, slow tempo, and everything like that. Because we've seen a lot of Tom Brady being that he can't, sling it 50 yards. He can't, like do crazy things that like Aaron Rodgers has the talent, but Tom Brady makes up for it in other ways. That's what makes him the GOAT, along with the rings, obviously, but being able to show and work around other skills. Of course, he could throw it. However, they're just comparing him to other quarterbacks who have a cannon for an arm. But the main compliment was that he was a time managing quarterback, right? And arguably the best one. But I think he needed Bill Belichick in the beginning for that. And as years went on, as Tom found how he could play better, found other things being on the field, something that coaches can't see on the sideline, being on the field, Tom grew to be his own self. And that's when the, like if Tom and Bill, who needed who to win, that's when it went from Tom needing Bill, to slowly moving over. And now we're seeing that Bill needed Tom at the end of it because Tom was able to win a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay without Bill Belichick,
Yeah,
right?
of
With the
course.
team that he just went in with. with everything that went in. So yeah, they had their struggles, but they were able to find a way to make it go around. You know, would Bill Belichick have won that many Super Bowls in New England without Tom Brady?
No.
Right now, we're saying no because we know how it was. But at that time,
You
with
saw he
some of
had
the
Drew
players he
Bledsoe,
had,
though. He had Drew Bledsoe as his quarterback.
yeah,
Didn't
but he
even
would have had
win.
another quarterback. So we're saying, would he have turned another quarterback like Tom Brady? Would he have had a quarterback decent enough like Drew Bledsoe to win a Super Bowl? You never know. Bill Belichick probably would have won one, maybe two Super Bowls, just not as many with Tom Brady. So to my point is, yeah, originally Tom needed Bill, and it changed over to Bill needing Tom at the end of it. Because now we see Bill Belichick is not, it's not having a good record. He does not. He's 26. I believe he's 26-30 after this weekend's loss, and that's counting a playoff loss
I don't think
since
they've
Tom
won a
Brady has
playoff game,
left.
though. I don't think they've won one playoff game yet
No,
without.
they've gone to one playoff game and they lost it. That's my
Yeah, it was
point. They
against
lost to the
Buffalo.
Bills.
Yeah.
So ever since 2019, since Tom left. So that's
So
just my point.
so it's a little bit of best of both worlds for them. We can also see that I think it was like Tom Brady's last year where the team wasn't already functioning well. He didn't have the right teammates. I don't know if you could remember.
Or the,
Um,
I mean, the season ended with a loss in the first round to the Titans.
yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that Bill Belichick hasn't. I think he's a GM, right? He also picks players
Yeah.
who to. So there's
Yeah,
also
and he hasn't been good.
yeah.
It's
So
been doing really bad.
that's another thing that's costing them and making them look bad.
Yeah,
Who
and I
knows
think
how?
he's, Dave. I think he's trying to pick like cheap players for the owner to play, so that way, like he's like, I can fix this guy. I did it to Brady. I got a 6th round draft pick. Like, oh, let me get this 8th rounder. I'll turn him into a success. Obviously, it didn't work out. He's butchering, I think, the draft picks a lot, really bad. Like he's like drafting people that shouldn't be drafted at certain positions. Like I don't know. I think it was like Jacoby Myers he drafted, who's just a mid receiver. Didn't work out. They picked up Juju this offseason. Hasn't done anything. It's like they got all these pieces, but they just aren't doing anything with them. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but that's
No,
how
no,
I
no, no.
felt.
That's fine. No, no, that's fine. I mean, it's we just compare it to the Spurs, how they were once a very respectable winning franchise to now the bottom of the league.
They'll get
And
better.
Yeah, but Greg Popovich also is the guy in charge of picking the players, so there's similar roles of Belichick and Popovich. Just the only difference is that people like Popovich more than Belichick.
Yeah, Popovich is actually nice. Belichick just doesn't have any personality at all.
Yeah. I mean, I could just imagine like exactly how that Family Guy episode that we were talking about before recording this. Peter tries to make him laugh. I think he does at the end of the episode. But
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to point out, David.
yeah,
Where are you going to continue?
yeah. But this is where I'm asked
Continue.
the answer, the question: Where is he on the hot seat? Do you actually
I
think
think
Belichick
so.
is? I think yes. Because I think his relationship with the owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft, it's pretty much going downhill.
I think he is because they given him 4 years without they giving him 4 years without Tom Brady to see what he's able to do. Of course, the first year it's always a fluke. I mean, not fluke, but you're always seeing what you could do now. You're looking to see, what's going on. You had Cam Newton coming in. You drafted Mac Jones from Alabama. So you're trying to see who's the next Tom Brady or who's a quarterback good enough to take you to the playoffs, to take you to, a Super Bowl to win you this. And it's gonna take time, obviously, but being part of a franchise that has 2 decades of success, arguably, or yeah, 2 decades arguably of success. And now you're going back to ways before Tom Brady when, they weren't as dominant, they weren't the team at the time. And you're seeing, okay, we need to start over again. And it's just a frustration. And I think Robert Kraft is feeling that. Belichick knows it. And those 4 years, in my opinion, they came back really fast. Sorry, they came really fast. It's like but what has he done to show it? And like we're talking about the draft pick. Ever since Tom Brady has left New England since 2019, the most notable drafted players that Bill Belichick has done as a GM that have worked out is N'Keal Harry and Damian Harris in 2019, Mac
Yeah.
Jones and Ramondre Stevenson in 2021. Mac Jones, because he's the starting quarterback, they drafted Zappy, and I forgot who was the other quarterback, but Zappy, they're not letting Zappy play much. He's played, but like in bad times. But he did well the first time Zappy played. And Mac Jones, we know how Mac Jones has been doing. He's not doing very well. Patriots may need another quarterback. And that year, they also added free agent Hunter Henry from the Chargers. And then the last notable one, at least from the one that has actually doing something or has like a potential future, is this year Christian Gonzalez in 2023 from Oregon, where he's only able to play 4 games because of an injury. But if it wasn't for that injury, he was arguably one of the best defensive rookie players, probably be one of the best defenders on the Patriots as their corner. So times in this and all the losing, David, because of all the losing that we're doing, especially to the Colts. And it's not just like, oh, you're losing, you guys are putting up points. It's just, we couldn't do it from one stop, or they were able to stop us one time, something like that. You couldn't even hit double digit points. You couldn't even get a touchdown. You had to get 2 field goals.
I think it's been like
It's
5
stuff like
games this
that.
year. It's been like this. I think they haven't scored in 2 games, and it's been like, oh, we got 3 points this game. Oh, we got 9 points this game. Oh, we got 6 or 10 this game. Like, they cannot get in 20s, bro. It's like nearly impossible for that team to hit that
It's
range.
it's the frustration of all that losing and how you're losing and things not working out. You guys, as a Patriots fan, Tom Brady has been drafting good since 2017. I just counted since Tom left, but Bill Belichick hasn't been drafting good since 2017. Like, I'm just counting 2019. It's all
It's
adding up.
it's what I mentioned before when we were talking about it, like how
Yeah.
the final years were going downhill pretty much, but
Hmm.
he, Tom Brady didn't have, I guess how to say, good teammates, or had very few good teammates to
Yeah.
work around with.
So now it's time to move on from Bill Belichick. You got what you needed from him. You got 6 Super Bowls from him. Like, what other coach is going to give you 6 Super Bowls? The time is coming to an end. It's like they're just trying to milk out the last pieces of him that they can. But it's starting to be time to move on from him. He's on the hot seat because they haven't been winning, they haven't been doing anything. But it's also on Robert Kraft and the Patriots to make the decision. Look, we need time for a new future. We need
Yeah, we
time
need
for a new
Caleb
coach.
Williams as my quarterback.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. They're not going to drop. They can't drop low enough to get him.
That's what they want, I think. I think they need to
Yeah,
lose out.
or they could get Mays from North Carolina or Kentucky. I forgot North Carolina, Kentucky.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Caleb Williams is going number 1 no matter what, unless he stays.
All right.
But also, did you guys watch the Browns? Was it Ravens game?
Well, hold
That
on, David. You had anything else to say about that? The
No, I mean that was
Patriots.
that was it. That's all I want to talk about since I mean I'm the one that pitched this idea, so this is all pretty much what I wanted to talk about.
for sure,
Hmm. And no, I did not watch the Browns, John. Who would want to watch
dude.
that?
That was a
Why
good
not? It was a
game,
great
Come
game.
on, you're always criticizing Gio every episode for saying, "Oh, who cares about that game? Who cares about your Browns, John?"
dude. The
That's what I
Browns
want
are
to.
good.
That was a good game,
I'm talking about
David.
the crappy teams. Who cares about Commanders and Bears? That's what I'm talking about.
Bro, these games. The David, you should have seen the Browns and the Ravens, dude. Browns come back with a pick six, missed the extra point to tie the game. Ravens have the chance to take the lead, do nothing. Browns come back,
Did you
game
see the
winning field
Chargers
goal.
game? They almost
Yes,
went.
of course I saw the
That
Chargers
was a
Amazing.
good game. Great game.
That was a really good. No defense at all. You just
Not
suck.
just Jared Goff winning the week
Yeah,
for me in fantasy.
yeah, yeah. Had nothing on defense on both sides, but it was a really good game.
Hmm.
David, you guys were in it. You guys were battling to the end until unlucky. It just came down to a field goal.
Yeah, like always.
Um, Justin Herbert had a tough. He had what, 1 interception, 2 interceptions.
Yeah, it's a typical week for him.
I think he had one. Um, David, I want to point out you as a Charger fan
Yeah,
and
one
just see
interception. One interception.
your opinion on this after the game. for some reason, a lot of the broadcasters, for some reason, they were in a casino. You could see they were sitting in a casino, and it looked like it's in Morongo. I don't know why all over there. They really were, or it was just ad. But one of them was blaming Justin Herbert for the loss, saying he's saying this. This is his point. I'm not quoting him, but pretty much just summing up what he said was that it was Justin Herbert's fault why they lost because Brian Staley and the defense were doing all that they could to stop the Lions from scoring, and Justin Herbert did nothing to take advantage of scoring points on that.
There were 4 touchdown passes by Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he had a great game. Just one pick.
He said Justin Herbert had to throw for 600 yards because he threw for what 400 or 500 yards, and he was saying, well, if you want to win the game, he has to throw for 600 then.
How much can you ask for a man to do? I mean,
defense doesn't show up.
This isn't like basketball or soccer where, LeBron James or Messi, they play for the entire game. Right here, in football, the quarterback, just when they're attacking, that's when they play. And for the defense part, that's a whole different team, a whole different squad right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to be repetitive, but we all know who the culprit is and who the problem here is. But
defense! Defense!
Yeah.
That's what they're chanting.
It's Staley first, then defense. But even then, you have Joey Bosa, you have
Derwin James, who's supposed to be one of the best corners.
I mean, he is. He's not terrible.
Yeah, but they got to be doing way better than what they got.
I agree. Defense needs to be doing better. But, the point was he was defending Brian Staley. He said
Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley?
Brandon.
Brandon Staley. My bad. That was my fault.
Don't worry, it's okay.
Brandon Staley.
No, you're good.
I don't have much respect. I'm not happy with him anyway. So.
We could call him Brian for being a loser.
Brandon Staley defending him, saying, "Oh, he's a defensive-minded coach. He plays defense," and then blaming Herbert. It's like, how do you blame Herbert when he did something not just any quarterback could do? Russell Wilson didn't do that this game. Josh Allen didn't do it this game. He threw 2 interceptions. Don't get me wrong, I like Josh Allen. I think he's a good quarterback, but he didn't do what Herbert did more. Goff didn't even do what Herbert did. And you're asking him to do even more, saying that the defense is doing its part when it's not, when the coach is doing his part and it's not. It's not good. It's a bad take.
Yeah, I feel they just come up with this stuff just to sound smart, but they just don't know what else to talk about. Yeah, well, that's my Chargers. They're not going to make the playoffs, as I always say it. They're not going to make the playoffs. This stays last season.
I think the Texans have a better chance of making the playoffs than the Chargers this year.
Dude,
they look good.
Texans look so good. I did not think they were going to look this good.
That's my fault for disrespecting them earlier in the year because I thought they were one of the worst teams, but CJ Stroud is another man. He's literally one of the best quarterbacks at this class. He is the best quarterback in this class. Oh, it's obvious. It's showing. He's
David, and I told you. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said he's just legit, man. I haven't seen anyone good like him in a minute. Out of a draft class, it's been at least a couple years. We had Mac Jones last year, or 2 or 3 years ago, and we had
2 years ago.
Wilson. We had Zach Wilson.
Trevor Lawrence in his rookie was pretty good.
Yeah, but I think CJ Stroud is better than Trevor Lawrence. I just think so. I think he's more accurate, bro. Trevor Lawrence has been... Dude, he scored 3 points against the Niners. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, but that's a Niners defense. They just added Chase Young.
I know, but you expect more when it's in Jacksonville. Come on.
I know. I guess I don't do. But, David, and I told you, remember we did an episode before the draft, the NFL draft, and I told you that I think CJ Stroud should have gone number 1 over Bryce Young. I said Bryce Young is good, but I think CJ Stroud should go over because to me in college he showed more than Bryce Young did. And I don't even like Ohio State. I don't even like Ohio State quarterbacks. And for me to say I think he was slightly better, but the Texans are doing so good they might get that spot. Just a couple games for this week. John, you said, Browns, Ravens, that's a great division rival game. I thought Ravens were going to win it, and it looked like they were until they choked it, and the Browns come back. And John, like you point out every week, the Browns defense just coming through.
They're good, man. They can put anyone in, like a quarterback in any position. Like I guess Deshaun Watson got hurt again this week, so it could be PJ Walker again this week. But they could still beat the Steelers without Deshaun Watson. There's a
Yeah.
chance. I
No,
don't
there's
count
a
them
big
out.
chance.
I don't count them out any week with if they had PJ Walker or Deshaun Watson. Because honestly, they're that good of a team. And I don't have Nick Chubb obviously for the season, so like we say that every week, but
You
they
got
just keep
Ford running
counting
it
us out,
now.
bro. Like they just have a great chemistry, it seems like.
They
They're
just have
just good.
players to get the job done.
Yeah, they're good.
We mentioned Texans. They beat the Bengals in a game. I thought the Bengals were going to come back to win, especially at that last drive for the Bengals. Boyd, was it Boyd? I believe it was Boyd. Just could not hold on to the ball in the end zone, where Burrow threw it to him, slinged it. I think it was like what, not 5-10 yards for that play, and then the Texans just come back to winning at the end with a field goal. So yeah, there were just other games going on. Obviously, other teams, other bad games. Jets and Raiders. Bad game right there overall. But we got more games this week. we got more starting this Thursday. So see how everything goes. It looks like we're done for football for today. David, you have a quiz like always. What you got?
I got a quiz. All right. You guys ready? You got five of them, and then the sixth one will be sudden death, and then if we can't make because they're still tied at that time. But the seventh one has nothing to do with sports.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Yep.
All right. Since we were talking about Bill Belichick, how many Super Bowls has Bill Belichick won in his entire career? Remember, not just as head coach, he was a coordinator, he was
Oh,
a
I know
special
this
teams
one.
coach. So here are the options: A 8, B 6, or C 7.
It's A.
8.
C. Oh, I
8.
thought it's 7.
It's 8.
Gio,
I said C7.
you're gonna stick with that one, or you're gonna change?
Well, I'm not gonna change it because if he said he knows he's A, I'm not gonna just copy him. I'm gonna just stick to what I got. I get it wrong. I get it wrong. I'm gonna just stick to what I
Stick
said.
to your gut. I mean, that's what we can't do.
Oh, John, you're right. It is 8.
Yeah, because he won 2 as an assistant for the Giants.
Exactly. He was a coordinator, defensive coordinator.
One.
Yeah.
I thought he won 1.
Yeah. So 8 Super Bowls under his resume.
2 of them were, I think, were against the Bills, right, or something like that.
One of them was against the Bills, and I think the first one was against the Chiefs, I believe.
That's possible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Number 2, I got a hockey one. John, you might know this. I don't know why. I feel you know a little bit more about the Anaheim Ducks. What year
Not
did
really.
the Anaheim Ducks? Oh, okay. But what year did the Ducks win the Stanley Cup?
Oh, I think I do know this one, but I need to hear the options.
Okay. A 2007, B 2004, or C 2002.
2002. I feel like it's 2 or 4.
I think it's
I'm gonna go
7. 2007. Say 2007. I'm pretty sure.
No, wait. Weren't they founded in 2002?
So again, 2007, 2004, and 2002.
I say 2007.
I'm gonna go 2004. Change it up.
Okay. John, you're right. It's 2007.
Yes.
There you go. See?
I thought it
think
was
they were-
04 or 07. I remember 07 though because the one that recently, because when I went to Disneyland, they were doing like a parade around that year.
A little
So
fun.
they were founded in 02, right?
Yeah,
I think that's what I got
something
confused.
like that.
Okay, that's what I got confused.
a little fun
That's
fact,
not that
John. The Anaheim Ducks were also owned by Disney company, like the Angels at a moment.
I know.
Yeah,
We know.
they were made by the Disney company.
Yeah. All right, so back to football. Well, a couple of weeks ago, we saw the Raiders fire their head coach. In their franchise history, how many head coaches had the Raiders had since 2000? The year 2000.
That's tough.
Remember, this includes John Gruden, who coached them twice, so it'll count.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
counts as one?
That'll count. Yeah.
Okay. It's only people. We're counting people, not how many times.
Yeah. Actually, no. Take that back. How many times? So John Gruden 2 times still count.
Okay.
So it's twice. Okay. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
twice. Yeah. All right. So is it A 17, B 14, or C 20? Remember, this is from 2000. Since
I'm
2000.
gonna say 17.
I'm saying 14.
Is that you guys' final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe, you actually won. 14.
Nice.
That's fair. I didn't know if it was 14 or 17. That was my guess.
Yeah.
And 20 sounded too much.
Yo, 20 yet? There's no way. They'd have to
That's
fire a
one
coach
every
every
year.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Alrighty.
Or almost every year. But yeah.
All right. So one more football one. Again, we're gonna tie it to Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. How many times has the Chargers beat the Brady era Patriots? Is it A 1, B 2, or C 0?
I want to say A1.
I'm going to go
A1
2.
steak. A1 steak.
Okay, 1, 2, or 0. Jen said 1 and Gio 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said 2.
All right, Gio, you're right.
I thought
Only
it was
2
2
times.
but I feel like they
2
didn't beat
times.
them very often.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Never in the playoffs, bro. Never.
Drew Brees was a quarterback for, I think, their 2005 team.
Damn. So John and I were tied.
Yep.
Yes. We both got the first 2.
Yeah, these wins were in 2002 and 2005. All right. Now let's go to the NBA. Who has the longest winning streak in the NBA? A, the Celtics, B, the Chicago Bulls, or C, the Lakers?
Is this current or is this just like what
Something
year
that's
is
still
this
going
from?
on. It's been going on forever. It's still going on now.
Winning
Wait,
streak?
but like it's their history or like
The entire league history. Who has the longest winning streak? Entire league history.
So Celtics, Lakers, and who's the other one?
Chicago Bulls.
I'm gonna
go
take Lakers.
I'm gonna go Celtics.
Gio?
Lakers.
Celtics.
John, I'm very disappointed in you. It's the Lakers. They had the 33-game winning streak.
I don't know that stuff.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, this was,
Comeback win.
I believe, when Jerry West was still playing. This was since the 70s.
I was way dead. Wasn't even born.
We ain't even thought of.
Yeah.
Ready? So that was 5 questions. You guys are tied.
No, he's
No,
up
I
one.
won.
Oh, he's up 1. Yeah, sorry. All right. This is a question you both will like. When did the Inside the NBA on TNT first air on TV? The greatest NBA show in history. When did it first go on air? A, 1995, B, 1991, or C, 1989?
I want to say 1995. There's no way it was 89. Chuck was still playing, bro.
Oh, damn it. I don't want to copy John, so I'm going to have to go with 91.
John, what
I
are you?
think it's 95.
I said 95, bro, because there's no way Chuck was still playing.
Yeah.
Gio? 91?
I said 91. I said 91.
But Kenny was
because I don't
playing
wanna
then
copy
too.
John, but I think it was 95.
Yeah, because Chuck and Kenny still were playing then.
All right. Well, fellas, you're both wrong since 1989.
How? Who was on it besides Ernie?
Just Ernie Johnson, another journalist. That's how I first started.
What?
And throughout the years, obviously, had Magic
Dang.
Johnson. I believe it was Kenny or Chuck that was the first ones to join them. But before then,
That's
it
what
was
I
just
thought.
but before them, it was a rotational journalist and other players. But
I
Ernie
thought they all
Johnson was
joined
theirs.
together, bro. That's what I thought. I didn't think Ernie did it by himself.
No, he had other journalists with him. So, typical.
Oh, like Skip
Sports show.
does?
Almost, yeah. You're both wrong.
Well, then Gio
So-
won.
Yep. Congratulations, Gio.
Nice.
You win absolutely nothing.
Yeah, win nothing. Just the fact that I won today.
Just a prejudice win.
Yeah. Well, guys. Anything guys you'd like to add?
No, I mean, just ready for Thursday night football. I'm gonna go to a brewery and watch the Bengals play the Ravens. It's gonna be a great game, I hope. Like the first game was great too, bro. Like I'm hoping the Bengals squeak it out. I
And
don't
then you
really
have a
like the
It's a
drinking
rival
problem.
game.
Ravens.
It's a divisional
What?
game. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, then
Don't
you have a
drink, you
drinking
said?
problem. You have a drinking problem, John.
I,
I don't drink at all.
nah, yeah, nah. All right, guys. Well, that is all. This is Sideline Thoughts. I'm Joe Galvez, David Reyes, John Greenstein. See you next time.
Later. Peace.
See ya.